Welcome to Denton Outdoors. I'm at the LBJ National Grasslands in North Texas, and I'm doing a one-night backpacking trip. Come along for the adventure. Just made it to mile 1. I'm hiking the Blue Trail here, which is a little over 15 miles, and my goal today is to do a little over 11. There's a really nice place that I know of on the Yellow Trail where the blue and yellow intersect to camp, so I'm gonna try to make it there, and then I'll have a short hike out in the morning. Made it to mile 3. I'm gonna find a nice shady spot to set down the pack and get some lunch and water. Finished with lunch, time to get back on the trail. This section of trail is really pretty with all the trees and falling leaves. I'm probably about halfway to where I want to camp tonight, and it's been a long time since I've done miles like this, and I am definitely feeling it. I'm pretty tired, so hopefully I'll get a second wind here to get us to camp. I got some new gear I'm using for the first time this trip, and I'm kind of testing and excited to use for some bigger trips coming up. And once I get to camp, I'll show you all that gear. So I'm carrying like a gallon of water, but there are a lot of these little like cattle ponds here in the grasslands, but they all look like this one, real dirty, and they look like they clog up a filter, so I just carry all my water. 6 miles down. Clouds have moved in, the temperature's dropped a lot, and it's pretty windy now. So hopefully, I don't think it's gonna rain. It's not supposed to rain, and hopefully it doesn't. So I was just checking the weather, and the low is supposed to be almost like 10 degrees lower than what it was predicted a couple days ago. So hopefully we stay warm. I find it hard to believe that there are beavers around here with just these little ponds, but they sure look like the work of a beaver. I also just passed my first set of hikers out here. A couple of guys doing the same loop I'm doing, planning to camp somewhere on the loop, going the opposite direction of me. And just before them, I saw some guys on some horses and a hunting dog running around like crazy just out in the open. So I threw on my orange hat just to be safe in case there are some people hunting. All right, past mile 11, so now I'm gonna keep an eye out for the Yellow Trail, and I'm gonna go about half mile up the Yellow Trail to where I know there's some really good campsites. So a little less than a mile to go to camp. All right, just made it to where I'm gonna camp in this beautiful pine forest. And it just smells amazing. And I think it's gonna end up being a pretty good campsite. All right, got camp set up. And I said I had some new pieces of gear out that I'm trying. And one of those is the RAI Flash 55 backpack. I just got it, and you know, my first impressions are pretty good of it. I love the water bottle pockets, and there are tons of reviews on this backpack all over YouTube, so you could go and look at one of those. And then also I have the REI Helix sleeping pad, so I'll let you know how that is in the morning. And then the final thing is I got some Hoka Speedgoat 5s, and I got a fantastic deal on these used at REI. I only paid about 50 bucks for them and knew they cost like 185. So for dinner, I have a Knorr pasta packet, Alfredo broccoli. And then I've got some leftover rotisserie chicken that I had in the fridge. So I'm gonna make some chicken Alfredo. You know, I really like the big adventures, but it's just really nice to get out to your local national forest or grasslands and just go camp for a night. So pretty nice, and you know, nothing crazy, but honestly just as nice and relaxing as some of the big adventures. All right, I've had dinner and gotten ready for bed, so I think I'm gonna call it real early tonight, get a good amount of sleep, and hit it bright and early tomorrow. So I'll see you then. All right, back on the trail. Didn't have a great night of sleep, but I don't think that was the fault of any of the gear. The Helix sleeping pad was awesome, very comfortable, and it felt like I was laying on like a heated bed. I could feel the heat reflecting back up at me, so that was awesome. And it got down to about 45 degrees, which I think is the coldest I've slept with this Walmart sleeping bag I have. But it actually kept me warm, so not complaining. I've got about 4 miles to hike back to the car this morning, so we're gonna get it done. Well, I'm just about back to the car, and I'm pretty glad to be. There are some people out hunting this morning for sure, and hearing some gunshots, so I'm excited to be back at the car. But this was a great, nice little adventure close to home. Great way to test some new gear, which I loved it all, and I'm excited to try some more. And if you are still watching at this point, thanks. Consider liking and subscribing, and I will see you on the next adventure.